Vacation planets. Uranus is quite pleasant compared to Pluto. If you've ever had a dog, you know what I mean. However, the underworlded canine has been banished from the house of Astro to reign as an underworld in the underworld, for it's much better to reign in hell than to be an unwelcome guest in the heavens. Once I was down on Venus, and the sulfurous emanations were so repulsive that any gases from Uranus would have been to me as a breath of fresh air. The gas giant planet's breadth and width is staggering, and their mooning around is getting out of hand. That leaves Mars as the only other good place, since Klingons have now appeared on the rings around Uranus. Make the background music outer space.
Why did the sun never go to college? Because it already had 1,000,000 degrees. Welcome, fellow Earthlings, to a cosmic journey of laughter and learning. Today, we're going to explore the comedy club of the cosmos, our very own solar system. Let's start with Uranus, the life of the party. It's a gas giant with a bit of a reputation, but really it's not so bad. Sure, it's got a funny name and it spins on its side, but compared to Pluto, Uranus is a veritable paradise. And no, that's not a comment on the smell. Speaking of Pluto, it's like the family pet that got kicked out of the house. I mean, it used to be part of the planetary pack, but now it's been demoted to a dwarf planet. It's like Pluto went from being the favorite child to the black sheep of the family. Now, if you thought Uranus was a stinker, wait until you get a whiff of Venus. The atmosphere there is like a mix of rotten eggs and battery acid. It's so bad you'd think you'd accidentally landed on the garbage dump of the universe. In fact, one whiff of Venus makes the gases from Uranus seem like a breath of fresh air. Then we have the other gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn. They're so big they make Earth look like a ping pong ball. And you'd think with all that space they'd have room for a little privacy. But no, they're always mooning around, showing off their satellites. It's like they're saying, look at me, I've got more moons than you. And let's not forget about Mars, our red neighbor. It's the only other place in the solar system that seems halfway decent for a vacation. That is, until you realize that the Klingons have set up camp on Phobos, one of Mars's 2 moons. Now that's a vacation nightmare waiting to happen. But hey, at least it's not as bad as spending your holidays on the rings of Uranus. I hear the view is great, but the company leaves a lot to be desired. Plus, the commute is a killer. And there you have it, folks. A quick tour of our solar system's vacation hotspots. Remember, wherever you go, don't forget to pack your sense of humor. After all, laughter is universal. Before we sign off, here's a little space humor to lighten your day. Why don't the planets ever get lost? Because they always orbit in the same galaxy. Until next time, keep your feet on Earth and your head in the stars.
I took a road trip through the universe recently, smoking some pot and playing the radio loud. Holy moly, there's nothing holy out there. In fact, it's a very uncongenial place for life. I'd much rather be in Australia. 96% of it was useless dark energy and dark matter. The rest was mostly rocks, gases, and dust. Dangerous radiation zapped all over the place, and it was frickin' freezing. Oh, what I would have given to be in Canada. Whatever designed the universe certainly didn't have life in mind. It even took evolution billions of years to fine-tune us to the Earth. Then we nearly got wiped out by huge disasters right and left, even once shrinking back down to a population of around 2,000. I saw the graveyards of the stars and some stellar nurseries too. All kinds of energy swirled about when it wasn't exploding and wreaking havoc. I stopped to eat at the restaurant at the end of the universe, which was on a moon, but it had no atmosphere, plus all the food had been microwaved by the CMBR. What a wasteland of a wilderness of wilds, of a whole bunch of crap that nearly went on forever in every direction. This was as much of a place unsuited for life that there ever could be. I'm back, thank my lucky stars. Noting that 14 billion years after the initial chaos, here we are having beaten the odds. Well, someone had to. We won the universal lottery jackpot. Oh cripes, here comes a humongous asteroid. Darn, all that luck for nothing. 00 has come up. It was only a matter of time.
Ever wondered if the universe had a sense of humor? Well, buckle up, because it's time to take a whimsical journey through the cosmos and discover just how hilarious and, quite frankly, absurd our universe can be. Imagine taking a joyride through the universe, blasting tunes and puffing on nature's finest. You'd expect to see breathtaking celestial wonders, right? Well, don't hold your breath. Instead of a cosmic paradise, you're greeted with a vast, icy void filled with what? 96% dark energy and matter. Like a bad party that's mostly wallflowers and weird uncles, the universe seems to be filled with stuff we don't quite understand or want to interact with. And the rest? A smorgasbord of rocks, gases and dust. It's like the universe's version of a garage sale. You know, the kind where you sift through piles of junk, hoping to find a hidden gem, only to realize you've wasted your precious Saturday morning. Did I mention the radiation? It's like walking into a tanning salon, only there's no off switch. And don't get me started on the temperature. It's colder than a polar bear's toenails out there. If the universe had a Yelp review, it would be a solid 1 star. And that's being generous. But here's the kicker. Despite the universe being as hospitable as a cactus pillow, life managed to pop up on this blue and green rock we call home. It's like finding a 5-star restaurant in the middle of a landfill. You've got to wonder, did the universe not get the memo about being life-friendly? Speaking of restaurants, ever tried dining at the end of the universe? I wouldn't recommend it. The ambience is non-existent, literally, thanks to the lack of an atmosphere. And the food? Let's just say the cosmic microwave background radiation doesn't do wonders for your chicken Alfredo. So, after a whirlwind tour of the universe, what have we learned? Well, first, the universe is a cold, chaotic place that seems to have a knack for cosmic, practical jokes. Second, despite the odds, life managed to emerge, and not just any life, but us, the lucky winners of the cosmic lottery. But just as we're about to pop the champagne, what's that in the distance? An asteroid the size of Texas. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Even in the universe, there's no such thing as a free lunch. It seems the house always wins. So, the next time you look up at the stars, remember the universe might be a harsh, unforgiving place. But it also has a wicked sense of humor. And perhaps that's the biggest cosmic joke of all.